All right, we're back. So in this video, we're going to take a look at these icons, right? We want to make these icons editable as well. I'm thinking if we're having global, settings for the website, let's make a template called globals.php, right? So I'm going to make a new file. We'll call it globals.php. Same thing as before. What we're going to do is we're going to just have a PHP tag at the top, require once. You could just copy this from the prior. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy that over. Now, this is not the home page. This is the globals. Globals. And I know a good icon off the top of my head for global settings is a cog. That's a good one. Close the template tag, and then again here at the bottom, we'll do couch invoke. There we go. All right. So now if we save this file, we've got now our index.php and globals.php, right? So now when we come back to the admin panel and we refresh, we don't see the globals. Where is it, right? The reason that it's not showing up is because just like earlier, we have to invoke that page. We need to visit globals.php so that Couch knows what's going on, right? Couch doesn't know what's going on yet, so we need to fill it in. Let's go to globals.php. What that does is now it's run through there. It's said, okay, we're going to require Couch here. Couch has been essentially brought into the loop saying, okay, cool, so we're going to have a globals template now. That's what you want to do here, right? That's why you said template and you said title, so we're going to make a globals template. Cool. And that's nice of Couch. Here we go. Couch replies and says, all right, I got you a globals template right here. So just like with the index one, we can make some editable fields in here. Now, something I just noticed is, this name here, the image, the bio, what we have right now is we have that in the index page. And I think that's probably better placed in the globals area, right? Because this applies globally to the whole site, So let's go ahead and move these editables from the index page to the globals template. So let's just copy all those editables, take them out, and we'll just paste them right here inside of the globals area. What that's going to do, as soon as we visit globals again, right, because if we refresh here, nothing's happened. Couch is unaware of this. We have to visit globals again to loop, Couch into the story. So we'll visit that page. Here we are, globals. You don't have to have this at the end. You could just visit globals. Refresh the page, and now we have those editable fields, just like before. Now, of course, what we've done here is we've said, okay, globals, we want you to also have these editable fields. But it didn't, transfer the data over from the index page, right? All we did was we just defined it, within the globals. So we've just essentially made this part editable as well. So let's just go ahead and copy that information over. There we go. So all the data has been saved over. You could do this in the database. Like if you had a ton of data and you didn't want to copy and paste it, there's a way that you could do that in like PHP, myadmin, open up the database directly, rename a few things. You could do it that way. I'm not going to get into that in this video because we're keeping things simple. So we've deleted it from index, right? We took away those editable fields. So why are they still here? Right? I'm refreshing the page, they're still there, right? Well, we haven't visited index in a little bit, right? So Couch is still, as far as Couch is aware, we're still doing this. So we need to visit index again. So we visit it there, right? We come back, we refresh, and now it's like Couch is like, oh, well, this is missing. We need, do you want to get rid of these fields then? And as long as we have these fields here, that info will stay, on, the page. As you can see here, the data is gone though, because we got rid of the editable fields, right? So, because we don't want them here anymore, I'm gonna, delete these, so that clears it out. That's nice. But as you can see, now our content is all messed up, right? That's because if we go back into our editor, how we put this is in the sidebar. Yeah, here's our simple bio. There's our name, right? This is all within the index.php context, right? We are on the index.php page, and so we have access to all those variables that we've defined in the editable region, which is nothing right now, right? No bio image, no name, nothing. So what we need to do now is we need to wrap this not in the index.php context. We need to wrap it inside of the globals context, and you can wrap it in that context by saying pages. So CMS pages, we're going to call the master page of globals. And what that's going to do is it's going to put all of this in the context of globals, which is great. So I'm just going to move that sidebar over. I'm going to reveal it again. And now, because we haven't changed the field names, we kept the field names the same, simple bio and name. It should, whoop, got a kitty. It should just show it right back up because we have that stuff right here in globals. So let's go take a look, and there we have it. Now, we've wrapped this in the globals context, right? But it's hard-coded right now, right? So let's make this dynamic. Let's make it editable. So let's think about what we need to define here. We want to make this editable, so we should probably edit the icon, the link, right? We definitely want to have the URL available, so when you click on it, it doesn't just go to hashtag, right? Like it currently does. So icon, URL, and then also probably title, because there's no text here. So it would be nice for screen readers and things like that to have the title in the anchor tag. And also for us in the admin panel, just makes it a little easier to see what we're working with. So in our globals, below name and simple bios, let's make a new editable section, right? And so because these are repeatable, right? We have, it's essentially the same thing, just repeated over and over again. We have a tag for that called CMS repeatable. Right? And just like any other editable field, like these, it also has a name. So we'll call this social media. And we can give it a label as well, so human friendly, right? And then inside of here, inside of this repeatable section, what we can do is start defining fields, right? Just like the globals template has like fields that are generally available to it, this repeatable area will have fields available to it. So if we save this, there's nothing inside. We need to visit globals again to invoke Couch so that it knows what to do. And now we've got this here, social media, but there's nothing inside yet because we haven't defined anything. So let's do that. We're going to have our title icon and URL. So we'll say name, we'll just start with title, labels title, and the type is text. We'll give it a width of, let's say, 200. That's okay. Actually, we don't need widths on this. This is a simple repeatable area, so we'll just leave the widths alone. So I've got that. I'll make another one and another one. Title, I think those are fireworks going off in the background. Could be someone practicing with their gun, who knows. So we have title. We want icon, do icon, and URL, right? So that should give us everything we need. We save that. We go and view the page again to invoke Couch. And now here we go. We've got our fields. So it looks like what they're doing here, if we go back to index, all of these, you can think of these as all being one of a series of repeatable items, right? They're all basically the same except for a couple of things. The name of the icon. In this case, they're using Font Awesome. So if you don't know what that is, that's fontawesome.com. It's just a really helpful library of fonts that you can use to generate things like there on his apron, right? That's not powered by Font Awesome. That's a real apron. But in websites, you can invoke these icons and using natural language. So something like the brands here that we have. We can refer to this as, I know the names off the top of my head. The icon name is Fab, which stands for Font Awesome Brand, and then Fa Twitter, right? That's Font Awesome Twitter, right? And most of them will follow this convention. Some of them have multiple icons, but you can always reference them here. So if you just go to search and let's say, Twitter, and it'll give you, so we have a few different versions here. They even have the hashtag, right? So you can make it square, you can make it transparent, whatever you need. So we'll go back here, we'll title this as Twitter, fa Twitter, and you'll get this when you click on here, it'll show you right there, right? And these are, you see how simple this is? You just apply this to the class name, and that'll render that. So that's easy. And so that's what we'll be doing here, is we'll be saying, all right, instead of hard coding this, we're going to use our couch tag to show that icon that we write in the admin panel. So we've got, all we need is one of these, so let's go ahead and get rid of all of them. And we have our repeatable class, so kind of like with pages earlier, how we wrapped this in the context of globals.php, we're going to wrap this in the context of the repeatable field that we just defined. So we can say CMS show repeatable, and we'll give it the name, we're going to pass in the value of the field name that we gave it earlier, so social media. Now, if we indent that, you don't have to indent it, but I prefer to keep things nice looking. So show repeatable, right? You pass in the value of social media, the name of the field that you want to invoke. And remember, because we are wrapped in this globals context, we have access to this field, social media, because we're inside of the globals context. Okay, so where are we? We'll want to show the icon here, right? That's our icon field. That's the middle one, right, that we just named there. So show icon. We're going to give it a title. The template doesn't come with that, but we can add it. So we'll say show title. Right, that's that. Right here. And then finally URL. So let's go ahead and jot that down. Twitter.com/my Twitter handle. Right. And I'll go ahead and press save there, just so we have that written in. We'll go back here, and we've got the title, we got the, oh, and we need the URL. So this is in the href tag, show URL. Good, we've saved it. Let's go back. We have one record here, one row. So what's going to happen is it's just going to show one of them, because that's all we've defined, right? So to add more, fill in, we're going to add a row. Again, this is repeatable. We have a nice repeatable, editable section here. This is nice. So Facebook. I happen to know that it's fa, Facebook. And this is a special one if you just want the F. They put that in there. If you didn't have the F, I think it would do a square. But if you add the F, then it's just the transparent F. So there you go. We'll say facebook.com/my account, right? And let's add back in LinkedIn. I've got it already saved there. Happens to be fa LinkedIn. That's the one. Again, you can look this up on fontawesome.com. LinkedIn.com. There it is. User. Let's just stick with 3 for now. So we go back here. This is an older tab, so it's out of date. We'll refresh this, and there we go. We've got our 3. So what we did here was we took the editable fields from index.php. We brought these editable fields into globals.php because that makes more sense, right? These are globally global ideas, right? The icon or the image, your name, your bio, you could show these in lots of different places on the site. So it makes sense to call these globals. We also added a new field, repeatable. So CMS repeatable in the template area. When we're defining our editable fields, we have this new one called repeatable. And then on the front end, we can invoke that by calling show repeatable. That gives us the context, all the variables like URL and title, we can now make use of. So I think that's good for this lesson. We'll touch on some other concepts in the next one, like, for instance, I like that this stuff we can just write it right in here into index.php, but what if we go to the about page? Oh no, right? Now it's back to what it was before. So we're gonna fix that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this sidebar and we'll break it off into its own little file, and then we'll include that in all these different pages. So if you want to make an edit to it, you just do it once, and you don't have to copy this, pages, globals. You don't have to copy that into every single page. You can just do it once in one file, and then reference that file in all of your different pages. It's makes a big difference when you're making these websites. So we'll do that next time, And until then, we'll see you.